Let's have a frank conversation for a moment, doctor to patient. Have you noticed a quiet but undeniable shift in your vision since you turned 60? Do the words in your favorite book no longer appear as sharp? Do the faces of loved ones seem just a little less defined from a distance? Are simple tasks like organizing your medication or following a recipe requiring more effort than they once did? If any of this resonates, I want to assure you of something critical: you are not alone, and it's not a figment of your imagination. The reality is that your retina, that incredibly delicate layer at the back of your eye, responsible for capturing all the detail and light you see, is beginning to weaken. And here's the most concerning part: this process is painless. The retina contains no pain receptors, allowing damage to accumulate silently for months or even years. Then one day you might wake up and realize you can't read the morning paper. You've started avoiding driving after dark, or you no longer recognize a familiar face in a crowd. It's not just your ability to see that's fading. It's your sense of independence, your self-confidence, and your connection to the world around you. I've witnessed this firsthand with my patients in their 60s. I've seen strong, capable individuals who, through no fault of their own, are forced to withdraw from the lives they love because their vision gave out before their will did. But I need you to hear this loud and clear. This decline is not your inevitable future, and you are not helpless. In fact, some of the most powerful tools to support your eyesight after 60 aren't found in a prescription bottle. They aren't costly, and you won't have to make a trip to the pharmacy. They're likely already in your kitchen. I'm talking about 3 straightforward common vegetables you've probably passed in the grocery store 100 times. These vegetables are brimming with the exact nutrients your aging eyes are pleading for. Compounds that decrease inflammation, enhance blood flow to your retina, and help your vision stay clearer, more comfortable, and naturally more focused. Please stay with me for the next few minutes. I'm going to explain exactly what each of these vegetables does, how they work, and the simplest, most natural ways to start incorporating them into your life. And if this is your first time here, please subscribe for more practical, gentle advice to help you maintain your health and independence, one small habit at a time. Let's get started. Your vision deserves a second chance, and so do you. Let's begin with a vegetable that is often underestimated, but is in fact one of the most powerful allies your eyes can have: spinach. Yes, that unassuming leafy green you see in the produce section. I know it's not the most thrilling food, and it doesn't come in a fancy supplement bottle, but for your eyes, especially after 60, it may be the closest thing to a natural shield for your retina. Do you know what makes spinach so special? It's packed with 2 unique nutrients: lutein and zeaxanthin. These are carotenoids, plant pigments that your retina relies on for its very function. Think of them as built-in sunglasses for your eyes. They filter out harmful blue light from screens, sunlight, and even indoor lighting. They also help minimize oxidative stress, which is a primary driver of age-related vision decline and macular degeneration. But here's a crucial detail that most people aren't aware of after the age of 60. Your body's ability to produce and absorb these protective compounds becomes less efficient. This means that unless you are deliberately consuming the right foods, your retina starts to weaken, even if your glasses prescription is up to date. That's why I often refer to spinach as a retinal reviver. It provides your eyes with the vital support they have been silently missing. Beyond these pigments, spinach is rich in vitamin K folate and plant-based iron, all of which nourish the delicate blood vessels that supply your eyes. These nutrients enhance circulation to the retina, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients can reach the areas where they're needed most. Let me tell you about one of my patients, Linda. At 75, she was still sharp as a tack, but she confessed to me that she had started to dread her afternoons. By 3:00 p.m., everything gets cloudy, she said. She had begun avoiding crossword puzzles and even missed a few book club meetings because reading had become too frustrating. We didn't do anything drastic. All I suggested was that she add half a cup of cooked spinach to her lunch just 3 times a week. sometimes in an omelet, sometimes in a soup, and sometimes simply sautéed with a little garlic and olive oil. 3 weeks later, she returned to my office with tears in her eyes. Not because her vision was suddenly perfect, but because she said, "I can finally read a full chapter without my eyes getting tired." That is the profound power of a small, thoughtful adjustment, one that gives your body exactly the support it has been silently pleading for. If you're wondering how to get started, keep it simple. Both fresh and frozen spinach work. Just add a handful to your scrambled eggs, mix it into your rice, or blend it into a smoothie with a banana and almond milk. It disappears right in. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. You don't need to eat spinach every day. Just a few times a week is enough to give your retina the vital backup it needs. Now let's talk about a vegetable that has been famous for promoting eye health for decades, but whose true power I believe we have largely forgotten about: carrots. Yes, the same crunchy orange sticks you've been told to eat since you were a child. The advice still holds true, especially after you've reached 60. Why is that? Because carrots are rich in beta-carotene, a compound your body converts into vitamin A, which is absolutely essential for proper eye function. Vitamin A is what keeps the cornea, the outer layer of your eye, smooth and clear. It also supports your retina's ability to see in low light, making it easier to navigate at dusk or walk through a dimly lit hallway. Equally important, it helps your eyes produce a healthy tear film, the natural moisture that keeps your vision sharp and your eyes feeling comfortable. Many of my senior patients don't realize that the feeling of tired, burning eyes in the late afternoon, that gritty sensation as if there is sand under your eyelids, isn't simply a consequence of aging. It's often a sign of a vitamin A deficiency in disguise. Let me tell you about Mr. Carl, one of my longtime patients. He's 72, loves reading, and has a quiet evening routine of tea, soft music, and his favorite mystery novels. But recently he told me he couldn't get past 2 chapters without his eyes feeling strained. He said the words seemed to swim on the page, and by 8:00 p.m. he had to give up. We checked his eye health, no infection, no major changes, just subtle signs of dryness and early retinal fatigue. So we tried something simple, half a cup of cooked carrots with his dinner 3 to 4 times a week. That's it. Steamed, roasted, or mashed into a soup, the method didn't matter. What mattered was the consistency. Do you know what happened? By his next visit, Carl told me he'd finished not 1 but 3 novels that month. He said, "It's like my eyes finally caught up with the rest of me." He no longer needed to squint, stop, or rub his eyes. That doesn't mean carrots are a magic solution, but they do provide your eyes with the basic fuel they've been running low on for years. The best part? You don't have to overthink it. Just add carrots to your stew, roast them with a little olive oil, or blend them into a smoothie with some orange juice and ginger. Simply make them a part of your routine. If you're already eating carrots here and there, that's a great start. Now it's time to use them with intention, because after 60, even small amounts of nutrients make a significant difference when delivered consistently. Next, we'll discuss a vegetable that doesn't get nearly enough credit. One that builds a deep wall of defense against inflammation and aging from the inside out. Let's talk about broccoli. If spinach nourishes your retina and carrots restore moisture and clarity, then broccoli protects your eyes on a much deeper level, right where inflammation and aging begin. After the age of 60, your eyes aren't just drying out or losing their sharpness. They are under constant attack from something called oxidative stress. Think of it as a slow rust with tiny bits of damage occurring within your cells day after day. Left unchecked, this can accelerate conditions like macular degeneration, retinal thinning, and overall visual fatigue. This is where broccoli becomes invaluable. Broccoli is rich in sulforaphane, a compound that activates your body's own detoxifying defenses. It doesn't just supply antioxidants, it helps your cells produce their own. This means it provides a deeper level of protection, especially in sensitive tissues like your retina, where inflammation builds slowly and silently. And it doesn't stop there. Broccoli is also full of lutein, vitamin C, and zinc nutrients that support the tiny blood vessels that feed your eyes. When these capillaries remain open and flexible, oxygen and nutrients can more easily reach the parts of your eye that need them most. Better circulation means more healing and a greater chance to preserve the vision you still have. One of my patients, Mrs. Evelyn, comes to mind. She's 78, sings in her church choir, and still bakes the best banana bread I've ever tasted. But she shared something with me one afternoon that really struck me. I can't see the faces in the back row anymore. It wasn't blindness. It was that her contrast sensitivity, her ability to see clearly when things aren't perfectly lit, was fading. We didn't completely overhaul her diet or immediately reach for a supplement. We simply added steamed broccoli to her lunch twice a week, a small portion served warm with a squeeze of lemon and a dash of olive oil. 3 weeks later, she came in with a smile. "I'm still not perfect," she said, "but I can follow the hymn lyrics again. I don't feel lost in the blur." Sometimes it's not about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming the small joys that make life feel like you again. So if broccoli has been absent from your meals, now is the time to bring it back. It can be roasted, steamed, or stirred into a soup. Frozen broccoli works just as well as fresh. And no, you don't need to eat it every day, just consistently enough for your body to build its defenses. Now that you've learned about these 3 powerful vegetables, spinach, carrots, and broccoli, you might be wondering, how do I actually make this a part of my life? That's exactly what we'll discuss next, because meaningful change doesn't start with a strict diet. It starts with one gentle routine. At this point, you might be asking, how do I make this work in my daily life? The truth is, you don't need to eat spinach every single morning or have broccoli at every meal. That's not realistic, and more importantly, it's not necessary. What your eyes need is consistency, not perfection. After 60, your body responds better to gentle, repeated support than to sudden extreme changes. Just a few servings of these vegetables spread across the week can create real, visible improvements in how your eyes feel and function. Perhaps you could enjoy spinach in an omelet once or twice a week. Maybe you could steam carrots with dinner on the weekends, or add broccoli to a soup or stir-fry mid-week. You don't have to completely change your diet. You just have to look at what you are already eating and find one place to add support. As one of my patients once told me, I didn't overhaul anything. I just slipped these in where I could. And over time, the difference was clear, literally. That is the power of a quiet habit. It's not a prescription or a supplement, just a small, thoughtful decision repeated with care. So today, I encourage you, before you even think about what to remove from your diet, ask yourself what you can gently add. Because sometimes healing doesn't come from restriction, it comes from nourishment. In this final section, I want to remind you why this effort matters. Why caring for your eyes isn't just about what you see, it's about how you live. If you're still here with me from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It tells me something important, that you care. You care about your health, your independence, and your ability to keep seeing the people and moments that make life beautiful. And I want you to know this. It's not too late. Not for your eyes, not for your body, and not for you. Yes, vision changes with age. Yes, there are days when the world feels dimmer or blurrier than it used to. But that doesn't mean it has to stay that way. You don't need to wait for a diagnosis to take action. You don't need to fear the future. Because sometimes the most powerful changes begin with something as simple as a spoonful of spinach, a side of carrots, or a few florets of broccoli on your plate. It's not about chasing perfect health. It's about choosing to care in the small, quiet ways that matter most. Your eyes are still with you. They're still working hard every single day to keep you connected to the world. And they're still capable of responding if you give them the support they deserve. So I encourage you, start this week. Find just one meal, one moment to bring in something nourishing, and then do it again. Because over time, those little choices can do more for your vision than you ever thought possible. If this video has been helpful to you, If it gave you a new idea, a little encouragement, or just the feeling that someone understands, I would love for you to support this channel. Give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. And if you're already trying these vegetables or you're about to, please leave a comment below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear.